take a minute and go online and do a little bit of research about how precious metals are refined. Gold, silver, other metals. In order to get them to be super expensive, super refined and shiny, they have to go through fire. And the thing is that most of us do not like fire. I'm going to welcome you to think that this group, this investment that you're doing in your life, it's like the refiner's fire. And to be here and be feeling all the uncomfortable feelings and having memories of things that you rather not think about and go through the process and not glean and not come out shinier and bring your light into the world, it's a disservice to yourself. We need you. You need me. And I think that in the hustle of life, in being resilient, we have lost that. We have really lost the ability to heal in community. So a limiting belief is that I must dim my brilliance around people. That way people won't say, who does she think she is? Who are you? Who are you? Who is she? Who is he? I invite you to get a hold of your journal and begin to write that and see what comes out of you. You know, when gold or silver is refined, it is held in the heat until every single impurity leaves it. That's why you see that gold has different grades, right? They skim from the top all the dross and everything that doesn't work. That's healing. That's how healing begins for you and for me. Exposing what's holding us back, exposing those stories. I remember being maybe 12 and I went into a trip with one of my adults, and it's when we used to use those disposable cameras. Well, don't trust a 12-year-old that is excited by the environment to take pictures that don't cut people's heads off. And I remember the disappointment and the sadness. Disappointment in the face of my adult when they saw the pictures, and most of the pictures had cut people's heads. And I didn't forget that moment. That moment lived with me. And there was a word that accompanied that moment, and it was, you never do anything right. You never do anything right. I thank God that I have healed from that. I do a lot of things right. And I know that when I work, I get into environments and I leave every environment that I walk into better than it was before I got there. But it is really important for us to challenge those moments. I'm sharing with you some benign stories. There are other stories that have been very hurtful. And I have found someone to share the story, find the limiting belief, transform it into an affirmation so that I can move forward from there. Remember, in the process of the gold and the silver, there's a refiner. Do you have a refiner? Do you have an accountability partner who you know has your best at heart, whose intentions are for you to be better and do better, that you can trust with your story? A refiner is needed. And I want to welcome you to find that person in your life that's going to help you and say, a little dross is showing up in here. Let's wipe it down. Let's wipe it down together, because the desire is that your light will shine even brighter every single day. Imagine us removing all that dross. We will show up in our marriage relationships shining. Imagine at work People will not pass us by because we shine. They will be able to see who we are. We will be able to make statements with confidence. Not because we forgot the limiting belief, because there was a story, but because now we know what the story is. And when that story shows up in the face of somebody, or in the smell, or in the taste, or in the environment, we can immediately say, nope, I see who you are and you're trying to come back. You have no room here. I don't live in that address anymore. That was just an alarm system. That system has been turned off. I want you to walk out of this session knowing that you have the power of rewriting your story by taking those limiting beliefs and writing them as wonderful affirmations. Note a belief in your journal this week that you can see as an impurity. How can you gently bring it into the light? Remove it so that you can reveal the shine that lives in you. This world needs you. Your job needs you. Nothing happens by mistake. You are where you are because that's the place that your brilliance is needed. All that you need is the courage to look in the mirror, identify the limiting belief, go back to the story. Go back to the story. Who told you that? Is it truth? And if it isn't truth, then rewrite it. Now I want to leave you with this. If it is true, if it is truth, if it is your truth, because you have looked at your environment and in multiple environments, you have had the same problem and you are the common denominator, right? You are the person that's there every single time. Then have someone hold you accountable and change it. That's the beauty of it. We can change anything that we want to change. I always say to myself this little story. When somebody says something negative about you, they don't like me. When two people say the same thing, then maybe they have been talking together. But when the third person says the same thing about me, it's time to go find a corner, sit down, study all three instances, and take the piece that belongs to me and work on it, because I am the only person responsible for changing me. I hope you walk out of this knowing that you can change your life, that you can rewrite your story, that you can be everything that you desire to be, that you can bring to fruition, you can birth every single dream and idea that you have. Have a wonderful day. Move in courage and be renewed.